Whatever area that you get into, given that even if you're the best, there's always a chance of failure. So I think it's important that you really like whatever you're doing. If you don't like it, life is too short. If you like what you're doing, you think about it even when you're not working. I mean, it's something that your mind is drawn to, and if you don't like it, you just really can't make it work, I think.
How's life? How's everything going for you? How's the kids? I haven't seen you in a while. I'm just out here living. Hold on, let me change the color before we get into this. Dark blue, that look cool. Yeah, it's cool. This video is targeted towards a very specific person like me. This video is targeted towards somebody who's kind of clueless about what they want to do with their life, but they're going to college anyway, but still trying to figure things out because they really don't know what they want to do. So I have a couple notes wrote down that I'm going to go through some different points and tell you my perspective in my life, and maybe that'll help you make a decision about whether you should continue going to college or stress so much about college. That's one thing I want to talk about. Is from my story, I feel like I put too much weight into college. I tried to force it to work for me, even though I knew that school really wasn't ever for me. So let's go back a little bit. So before I got into college, like my 10th grade year, before that I played sports and different stuff all the way up to my 10th grade year. I played football. Well, I played sports up to my 10th grade year. Then all of a sudden there came a moment I was like, what am I doing with my life? And I just quit playing football because I started panicking because there was a lot of different people in my class, and I knew of people who like playing football at my age that had a chance to go to college and play football, or people in my class were going to be different things and they knew what they wanted to do with their life. So I was like, I need to quit playing football or like quit playing anything sports related so I can hurry up and figure out what I wanted to do. I quit everything that I was currently doing. I started taking these interest-based assessments, trying to figure out what I could possibly do or something I was potentially good at, because there was nothing I really liked in school, to be honest. I was just going through it. Now, I never was one to have bad grades or anything, but I never really had a passion for anything either. Now, the idea I had going through high school and to college was, I'm gonna fake it till I make it, and we're gonna see how far they can get me. Now, that's a very bad idea. Now, well, some people can do it, I guess. I couldn't do it. I just now figured that out, but the idea was to go for a high-paying job. I was gonna go for an engineering degree and fake it till I make it. I had like sort of an interest in math, so I was like, I'm gonna go for that. Why not? But they ended up killing me in the end because I didn't really feel it, and that would cause me to fail because I didn't care about anything anymore. It wasn't because I wasn't smart enough. It was because I genuinely didn't care. I knew within the first couple of weeks that I probably got myself into something that's gonna crash and burn in the end. I want to talk about social pressure of going to college. Now, I understand different parents, and of course everybody wants you to go to college if you have the opportunity, and it's so overwhelming that it's almost like you're forced to go to college if you do have the opportunity. And nowadays it's kind of like you don't need to go to college. I would say give college a try too, just in case. You never know what happens. And that was my idea behind going to college, is that although I didn't know what I wanted to do, I probably could figure out something within college or get lucky and find a dream job. I don't know, that was the idea of it. But even though I knew college wasn't for me, the pressure of everybody wanting you to go to college, and it's not even like they're forcing you to go to college, but it's like in a way you're like applauded for attempting to go to college. That, you know, everybody loves the idea of somebody going to college. They see it as, oh, you're chasing a dream. You're doing more than a lot of people are doing, and you're somebody special. Whereas if you were somebody else who wasn't doing things such as something related to college, but you were still working towards something, you're not going to be as seen as good or upcoming as somebody who's going to college. So all the pressure of going to college, it was always in my head, and I kind of never wanted to give up because I felt like I had something to prove. And that's really weird, but that's something I've always had to go through, just thinking about the fact that, oh, I'm gonna go to college and get this degree, I'm gonna make so much money. But in reality, there are so many people in debt, and I'm not saying school is bad, but why would you want to be a part of the number that could potentially get in a lot of debt by going to college for something that you don't even know that you want to do? Like, imagine going to college and not having a clue and building up a bunch of debt and adding to this number, having no money. Whereas you could potentially work towards something or have a job and think through things and try to figure out things along the way instead of forcing yourself into something you're really not ready for. And I was talking with somebody earlier, and we was talking about how I feel as if people use school as some type of excuse to not really chase after their dreams, because school gives you this perfect amount of freedom, yet it's like controlled in a way that you feel safe. And I'm not gonna lie to you, not going to college is kind of scary because it's almost programmed in our heads that we need college to be successful, and that's, to be honest, that's far from the truth. Like, depending on what you want to do, there's so many different jobs that you don't need college at all. And there's so many different ways around everything, especially with YouTube. Like, you can do so much with different aspects of different things. Like, for instance, one thing that annoys me about school, about college, is I'm paying for college, but I'm taking all these different random courses that I don't need or care about. Whereas if there was something, a particular job or something, you could go straight to YouTube or specific places and get straight to the point, instead of having to take these random different courses and different things that you may not necessarily ever use in your life. But I just feel like fear is a thing that keeps people from not really going for a lot of things, because they don't, like, what if you've been programmed your whole life to go to school and you don't do it? Like, you're gonna all of a sudden start panicking and not feel like you're anything, and you're worrying about what the next person is thinking about you, maybe like your parents, your friends, and maybe you see them graduating from college, or you feel like you're not looked upon right, or things are not going right for you because you didn't go to school. And I feel like if you can get over the fear of not worrying so much about what everybody else is thinking, eventually you have to think about yourself, because no matter what somebody tells you, or anybody, no matter what I tell you, no matter what anybody tells you, your parents, your best friend, somebody you don't know at all, at the end of the day, the choices that you make can't be controlled by them. The choices that you make can only be controlled by you. And you have to think about that. Other people don't know what you want to do with your life. Other people don't know what you love and what you have an interest for. So they can't possibly tell you what you should do with your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me a while to really understand that, because I like to take a lot of people's opinions into consideration when I'm thinking about things. And sometimes decisions I make have been a little weighted from all the compiled thoughts and ideas that people have put onto me. And it's not nothing purposeful. It's just like, people want to see you do better, and maybe doing things the school way is the only way that they really know how to get out, or that they see you way out. And they want the best for you, but sometimes school isn't the only way or the way for you to live your life, because for me, this is how I think about it, because I've come to the point where I can't do school anymore. Like, either happiness or a piece of paper. What did I care more for? And for me, it was happiness, because that piece of paper, though I will have a degree, I know my mind would be messed up if I continue doing this, because I really don't care for any of this. So I just keep my happiness and find an alternate way or a different way into making a living until I find something that I want to do, instead of forcing myself to go to school and trying to fit this criteria or whatever you want to call this. School isn't for me. And if there's anything I could tell anybody who doesn't know what they want to do, I say give school a try, because I've learned so much from going to school. Like, I have a different aspect on life. And I definitely wouldn't have started this YouTube channel if I didn't go to school. Like, my aspects of life and different things and the way I look at things are completely different. And I'm not sure where my mental space would be if I didn't go to college or didn't attempt any of this. I learned so much, but at the same time, overall, there's nothing I'm gaining to continue to go. Like, I feel like, of course, I learned a lot from going, but at the same time, I could have did without. I would say go to college, give it a try, see if it works for you. But it's not, to me, it's not worth getting yourself in debt for potentially lifelong. And there's so many people that's in debt. Like, I've never looked at numbers like that, but it's like the number of people that are in debt is crazy. And it's like, why would you put yourself in that group when you don't even know what you want to do with your life? And I just say, at the end of the day, it's your life choice. But if you care about your mental health and your happiness, I don't see why you would force yourself to do something that you truly know is not for you. For me, I'm going to attempt to do YouTube for a year and see what happens. If you want to come along and join this journey with me, and honestly, I don't know where I'm going from here, but I think I'm going to give this a try because it feels right. And I'm going to try to put as much effort as I can into this, because it's something that I really enjoy doing. And I'm at the age where I feel like this is the most important steps for me to build for later in life, because what I do now can affect so much, because I don't have kids and a lot of other things, and I can just make these mistakes now and figure out what I really like, and I could potentially get lucky enough to have a dream job and be working on that down the line and be making money. So it's like, why not take a risk? Me even doing this, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of scary in a way, because it's like you've been conditioned. I feel like I've been conditioned in a way to go to college, and that may be like the only route for me. And if I don't go, it's like, what now? It's almost as if I'm praying for a miracle to give me peace. And it's kind of weird to say, but with college and stuff, if I feel like whatever I go for outside of college isn't going to be good enough. End point of this is, don't force yourself to do something you don't want to do. And you are in control of your life. Nobody else is in control of your life but you. And that's it for me. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, because it helps YouTube algorithm and helps get it recommended to different pages. And if you think this message is good and somebody should see it, then give me a thumbs up, because it might help get recommended to somebody else. But I like doing podcast type talks and stuff, so this is something I'm gonna always do. The subject may never be the same, but I like the idea of it. But I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.